Zdravím vás, Mickhesh u hry Lost Horizon, 4. díl. A po minulém ztroskotání a všemožných akčních scénách budeme pokračovat dál v Tibetu, což je přímo tady. A nahoře vidíme takým bezvědomí naše letadlo. My jsme jako zázrakem přežili.
That sled was in my plane. I use it during the winter to unload cargo. It looks like the crash didn't do it too much harm, although the seat's missing. Looks like I can still use this. It's only the seat that's missing. I'll take it with me.
Asi zde dal do kapsy, jo, teda. Tak to jo.
Crap. We've crashed in the middle of the uncharted Himalayas. We could be hundreds of miles away from anything. Nice view, though. A piece of my plane's propeller. Poor girl. Took quite a beating. She'll never forgive me. This crate was hurled out the plane, but it's still in one piece. True British workmanship. We can make an indestructible crate, but we can't build trains that run on time. I can't open it with my bare hands. I could use that to pry open the lid. Who would have guessed? It worked. The crate's open. Let's see what we have here. A gramophone and a few records. Most of it smashed to pieces. I'd take a ration pack over smashed records any day. Although I'd take whole records and a working gramophone over the ration pack. Josephine Baker is all the sustenance I need. I can use this to replace the missing seat.
Tady s tím stolkem.
Oh no. That was Josephine Baker's latest release. It got smashed during the crash. It's just brittle little shards now. I could reach Kim from that ledge over there. It's too steep and icy. I can't climb up there without help. My Ford. They only made 199. Guess there's one less now. Still, I better get to Kimmy. She's almost as beautiful. I can't reach it from down here.
Vydáme se na cestu. Co to je?
Whoa! Good boy! Good sheep! The Argali's trying to defend its territory. I'll leave it to it. That must be an Argali, a type of mountain sheep. That's the second biggest sheep I've ever seen. I'm not quite in the mood for dying right now, and I'm not the least bit inclined to get to know those horns. They look like ritual incense sticks. I'm not going over there as long as that Argali's got the rage. This seems to be a place of worship for the locals, although it looks like they might have more popular tourist attractions. I haven't the faintest idea what that is. Looks like coal, though. Not as long as the Argali is standing guard.
Jak ho odlákat?
A sled as a weapon? I'm an intelligent guy. I can think my way around this obstacle.
Jak ho odlákat? Bylo něco to bude s tou troubou.
The record shattered and the rest of the gramophone's MIA. Not promising.
No, vrátíme se tím zpátky. Vydáme se tou druhou cestou.
The wrecked Messerschmitt. Looks like it didn't get much further than my little Ford. Good. Might be something over there I can use to help Kim. I need to get over this crevasse first. The plateau's pretty windswept. All the snow's been blown away. I doubt I can move it. A big pile of snow. No thanks. My fingers are already frozen stiff. Lush white snow. No point trekking up there for no reason. That's nearly a 200-meter drop. Lucky I'm not afraid of heights, or anything at all. If I could take a run up, and if it weren't so slippery, and if the wind were a bit calmer, then maybe, just maybe, I'd be able to jump over to the other side. However, this massive collection of conditionals does give me the feeling that my plan might be a tad too risky. The wing of the aircraft. If I could take a run up, and if it weren't so... However, this... I don't really need a sled with legs just now. The record shattered and the rest of... I've replaced the seat with the crate lid. You know what? If I could pick up enough speed on the sled, I might just about make the jump across the crevasse. However, there's really not enough snow cover to get me all the way. Damn it. That would have been heroic.
Není tu dost sněhu. Takže nějaký ten postup bychom měli, ale nemáme ten zbytek. Tady je závěj, ale čím to nabrat? Možná tím trombónem. Nebo co to je?
I can use this to collect some snow. I'll spread the snow evenly across the rock, but I'll need a couple more loads to get everything covered nicely. Okay, I'm done.
Tak, to bude asi skokánek. Můžeme jet.
I can't believe I'm about to jump a crevasse in a sled, but it's all fixed up and there's enough snow. Made my sled better lie in it.
Taky tomu nemůžu věřit, ale...
Yoo-hoo! Can't believe that worked. Stunning. The wing's covering's damaged. It looks loose. There's some sharp edges. I can't remove it with bare hands. I could use that to remove the cover without cutting my hands.
Tak žebřík, pomalu.
The wing is too heavy to take with me, but I can push it over the slippery ground.
Tak, už můžeme asi chodit tam a zpět. Ano, ano. Můžeme se podívat, co zbylo z letadla.
It's a puddle of melted water. considering the temperatures, I really don't need to get any important part of my body wet right now. Most of the cockpit is missing. Looks like the pilot got out in time. Let's see if I can find anything useful.
Našel jsi něco? Bundu a dalekohled?
The tail of the wreck has caught fire. This isn't a moving picture, though. It's not about to explode. Though, if it did, I'm sure that somehow a lone cartwheel would roll out of the wreck. It's actually nice and warm here if you keep a little distance. The gramophone horn has an opening in the bottom. This makes it an impractical liquid receptacle. Kim! Thank goodness. She's alive. Kim! Can you hear me? Damn it, she's unconscious. But I'll never get her out of the wreck without her help. I need to wake her somehow.
Nějak vzbudit, jo. Tady padá.
The parachute from my plane. I can't reach it. The propeller blade's too short. I can't reach the parachute with it. The cockpit's completely crushed. Kim's lucky she doesn't have any real injuries. The cockpit's completely crushed. Perhaps I can push the cockpit to the side a bit and then pull Kim out.
Zaber.
No chance. I'll never get Kim out of there without her help. Sharp propeller blades plus cockpit equals open sesame. Blades plus soft flesh equals a very angry Kim. Better leave it alone.
Já se tady jít do strany víc nedá. Musím něco použít na toho muflona, nebo co to je? Berane.
Ah, that'll work. I can cut out the jacket lining to find some kind of document.
Nějaký dokumenty.
If my German's up to scratch, which it isn't, but let's assume it is, then this is the permit you need for safe escort through a foreign country during a military operation. I should have a closer look at it. It's in German and Tibetan. It says the holder of this document is ensured safe passage at checkpoints and a certain level of immunity with local authorities. I can see two seals down here. One's Tibetan government, but I don't know the other one. Some kind of German organization. The Tool Society. Never heard of that before. Regardless, looks like the Germans are here with Tibet's blessing. Something for Lord Weston once we get home. It's in German and Tibetan. It says the holder of this... I can see two seals. Never heard of that.
Jehnětina. Jsem mohl něco použít.
Okay, I'll put the lambskin on the sled so I'll have a nice soft seat next time. Hey, this is starting to look like an animal.
Bude stavět berana, ne? Ty vole. Je tam dalekohled jako oči, ne? Troubu.
My sled really does look a little bit like an argali, but something's missing.
Co?
And now for some legs. Wow, this thing is uncannily lifelike. I mean, if I squint my eyes a bit, it starts to scare me.
Snad ne. Falešný baran.
I wonder what'll happen next. It destroyed my beautiful handiwork. Oh well. This horn's all that survived the Argali attack on my sled. Hey, maybe that's what happened to Richard. A heavily armed military patrol wiped out by killer goats.
Zřejmě jo. Tady je možný všechno. Tak, co tady dál máme? To je tu uhlí. Co jdem vzít?
What are those strange lumps? Looks like coal. Or... oh no, of course not. It's poo. They look like ritual incense sticks. They look like I don't want to steal these and end up getting smited. Oh, ancient Tibetan god, if you want to hold on to these, please give me some sign. Nope, I guess we're good.
Voné tyčinky. Nemám pořád tak nějak oheň. Ten dalekohled. Virtue. Nic. Já myslím, že jsme to tady vyčerpali.
I'll just leave it here, I guess. It could work, if it was lit.
Jo, kdyby to hořelo.
I don't think she's into that sort of thing. Smelling salts or anything a bit more perfumed might be a good plan.
Ještě jak dostat... Počkat, oheň je vlastně v tom, že jo? Hoří letadlo. Come here, Hans.
I have no idea if dried dung is flammable, but as long as I'm holding the stuff in my bare hands, I'm not going to try and find out. Pleasant aroma or not, this stuff is better off in there than outside, and I feel more comfortable about it. Let's see. That stuff actually burns. And it doesn't even smell that bad. Finally. A stroke of luck. No thanks.
I don't think she's into that sort of thing.
I've lit an incense stick. The smell from this thing could wake the dead. It could work, if it was lit.
To zapal. Aha, tady to mám.
This smoke is vile. Let's hope it wakes her up.
Kim! You alive?
What? Yeah, I think so. Oof, what's that awful smell?
Sorry, I had to wake you up somehow. And I didn't really think you'd like the alternative. Are you sure you're okay?
Pretty sure. My head is aching and I'm cold as ice, but other than that, everything's fine.
We have to get you out of there. Help me lift the roof of the cockpit. Damn it! It's barely budging.
Now what? You better have a plan B.
I'm working on it.
Whatever you're doing, do it faster.
I need more strength to get the cockpit off.
Dejte beraní roh.
Sharp propeller blades plus cockpit equals opens.
Taky nejde. No tohle taky nejde s ničím. Takže jsme se snažili to otevřít.
I think, yes. It would definitely be in my interest not to burn the documents.
Not bad, not bad. Tam se dostanu prostě jenom dolů. Tady je něco? Už je čistě jenom ten voltář. Což nic s tím asi nepůjdu udělat. Nic napadá, jako momentálně u toho letadla tam taky myslím, že nic moc nebylo. A tady sundat nějak ten padák, ale
I can't reach it.
on tam prostě nedosáhne a... Já se podívám do návodu, nebudu si dělat násilí. Chvilku strpení, protože nevím, kde jsme. Vraťte se, vonou tyčinku, použijte ji na Kim, abyste ji probudili. A odstranit kokpit je zaseklý. Nějaký zmražený pásek potřebuju a to tady... Nemám.
This horn broke off when the Algali went after my sled. Oh, and now the leather strap is coming off. Great.
Takže jsem ho získal už. No, máme zmrazit u toho kokpitu s letadlem. Zřejmě. A sundat s tím padák. No, nevím, jak to bude fungovat.
Okay, I'll wet the leather strap. It's cold. Oh, nice. The strap's frozen through already.
A jdem to použít na ten padák. Možná nevím, co bude v padáku, nebo popravdě.
That might work.
Seber padák, mladý jinochu.
The parachute from my plane. It looks in one piece.
Použít na kabinu.
Let's get this chute hooked up to the cockpit.
A pak co? Jo, ono otevře, jak bude foukat vítr, tak to odtrhne tu kabinu.
Okay, ripcord time.
Did you see that?
Done.
Wonderful. I'm gonna kill you anyway.
Do it later. Right now we have to get you out of this wreck. Well, thawed out again. You slept almost 4 hours.
I'm still pretty cold.
Move about a bit. You'll warm up. We've got the fire burning. We're not going to keel over anytime soon.
Wow, you really know how to reassure a girl. So what do we do now? Let me guess. You'll think of something.
We'll have to stay here for the night. It'll be dark soon.
A whole night? In the cold? Oh, wonderful. That's something to tick off my to-do before I die list. Probably the last thing. Remind me. You made me leave Hong Kong because... What was it you said? To be safe? Yeah, that was it. Come with me, you said. Otherwise the Triads will kill you, you said.
Kim.
You're safe with me, you said. The great hero, Fenton Paddock.
Kim!
Let Fenton Paddock keep you safe. Absolutely no chance of being chased by Triads, shot down by Nazis, and stranded in the middle of the Himalayas to freeze to death. No, sir.
Kim, shut up for a second and listen to me. While you were sleeping, I checked out your uncle's documents.
So?
He was travelling this region in 1922 with a researcher named Arthur Hayes. Ring any bells?
Yes, Uncle Wang told me about that expedition. Many times. Professor Hayes had taken him along on his Himalaya trip as a cartographer.
Well, I noticed something really strange. Most of his notes are written in traditional Chinese, but your uncle wrote some of the sections in a language I've never seen before. According to what I could read, he and Hayes were looking for a monastery, which they figured was in this region. Do you know what that means?
That you can't read every kind of language?
Be serious. If there really is a monastery somewhere around here, it might be a safe place to head towards.
Okay. My uncle sometimes wrote certain things in a kind of secret script that only he and I could decipher. Show me the documents.
Here, can you read any of it?
Well, it says here that a storm hit and my uncle and Professor Hayes took shelter in a cave.
We were more than happy to have found shelter in time. When we moved further into the cave, we noticed we were not the only ones seeking shelter there. In the glow of our torches, we recognized a man leaning against the cave wall. Hayes spoke to him, but the stranger did not react. On closer inspection, we realized why. The man was dead. He was frozen stiff, and it was likely he had already been there for quite some time. The man was wearing a monk's robe and presumably had an attack of weakness during a pilgrimage. Hayes brought my attention to something. The torn up and burned remains of a parchment lay beside the corpse. It is possible that the monk had used the last of his strength to build a fire. On examining the burned remains more closely, it turned out to be a map. Hayes was able to determine a few checkpoints, and thus conclude that it showed the region we were in. The texts we were able to identify on the map were written in an ancient script, of which Hayes was able to translate little. While the professor's eyes wandered across the map, he suddenly gasped. His trembling fingers moved over one word, Kembalong. Hayes, who had studied every possible source of information prior to beginning his expedition, explained that many myths and legends shrouded a valley by that name. They say there is an ancient monastery in the valley where no outsider has ever been. According to the legends, the monks from Kembalong Valley guard an ancient and very powerful secret. It was possible that we had come across a key to this hidden valley. And Hayes suddenly became excited when he realized what that could mean for him, the leader of the Tibet expedition. In that moment, I took a closer look at the dead monk. Could he be one of those monks living a secluded life in the valley? Where did he want to go? Or was he returning from somewhere and didn't have the strength to continue? My eyes dropped to his hands, and I noticed that the fingers of his left hand were wrapped tightly around something. Hayes noticed it too and opened the clutched fingers in a somewhat harsh manner. Hayes grasped the object and held it to the light of my torch. It was a stone, resembling the eye of a dragon. There was a green gemstone in its center, through which the light was refracted, falling onto the walls in a most fascinating pattern. Hayes put the stone away. He must have noticed the look on my face, because he justified himself. He remarked that the stone was better off in the hands of a researcher than those of some farmers or shepherds who might discover the cave someday.
Okay, now skip a few passages. Did they find the monastery?
Hold your horses. It's been a while since I last read this stuff. I'm a little rusty. They headed off to find the Kembalung Valley, but the approaching winter made it impossible. They couldn't make it through the mountains, so they broke off the hunt. They got home, and Hayes tried to raise money for another expedition with better equipment, but nobody was interested. People figured he was hunting myths. Uncle drew a map showing the valley's estimated location. It shows us where they gave up as well.
Perfect. We can use it.
I don't know. It's all pretty vague. How do you know the monastery exists at all?
Hayes and your uncle believed it was here. Right now, that's good enough for me. And, to be perfectly honest, it is our only chance.
Then I suppose we don't have a choice.
Wait. Can you hear that?
Sounds like an engine. Oh no. Not another plane?
No, that's not a plane. It sounds more like... a truck. Grab your stuff. Change of plan.
What?
We're following the truck. It must be going somewhere.
Could we stop for a moment, please?
No, we need to keep moving. The snow's already starting to cover the tracks. Can you make it a bit further?
Do I have a choice?
I'm sure we'll find something soon.
And what makes you so sure?
I'm a boundless optimist.
Hey, what is that?
Looks like a military camp.
I didn't know Tibet had an army.
They don't. Remember that fighter plane?
Germans? What are they doing here? Have they attacked Tibet?
I doubt it. Let's break out the glasses. Damn it.
What's going on?
They're holding British soldiers captive. There's at least one officer with them.
Richard?
No, not Richard. But maybe someone from his unit. They must have met the Germans somewhere along the line.
What are we going to do?
What do you think? Rescue the officer, debrief him, find the rest of his group, and get everyone home in time for tea and medals.
And we do that how?
We? Forget it, Kim. You've made it this far, but you're sitting this one out.
What? You expect me to just sit here and watch while you break into a heavily guarded military camp, get caught and tortured, and then leave me to freeze to death?
For now, we just need to get the lay of the land. Then we'll wait till dark and make a foolproof plan. How's that?
Why do I always let you talk me round?
Maybe because you actually think I'm a pretty great guy.
Dream on, Paddock.
Okay, so far, so easy. Something tells me that's about to change. This place is bigger than it looked. What the hell are the Germans up to out here?
Where are you going, Werner? to take a leak.
Just make sure you don't fall down a crevasse. It's like Swiss cheese around here, you know.
I'm not stupid, you know.
Good thing he picked the other side of the barracks to do his business. The guards seem to be having a nice little tea party. If they want to slack off, that's just fine by me. Actually, another time, another place, I might join them.
Tak, budeme pokračovat dál, ale samozřejmě až v příštím díle. Tohle to bylo trošku ta pasáž delší, máme tady nějaké věci. No, začíná se nám to dobře rozjíždět, už jsou tady zase Němci. Zpátky do hor můžeme jít. Jo, to dáme. To dáme nějak. Musíme to nějak uložit. Nevím, jestli tady jsou quick savey. Je uložena? Fajn. Tak prostě u dalšího 4. nebo 5. dílu se mějte, nazdar.